Touchy subject, how to make more money. That's what we're going to talk about today. But first, I need to inhale your validation. So please, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment, like, all of that good stuff. All other platforms, please share with your friends, like, comment, leave your 2 cents. Okay, we're going to talk about how to make more money. It's a very, very, very touchy subject for people. A lot of people are very touchy when it comes to money. There's deep psychological issues that people have with money, right? So on my Facebook today, I put a status up that said, I want to be a part of the 1% and I feel zero shame about it. And I'm sure that rubs some people the wrong way because you have been brainwashed to equate money with greed. People, I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. I'll tell you. People have come to equate money with greed because rich people told them to do that. Bernie Sanders is a multimillionaire and he owns 3 homes. All of these politicians who are telling you that the 1% are evil are in the 1%. I digress on that point. But what I'm saying is until you realize that it's ethical to create wealth, you're not going to, because you cannot become what you hate. And there are 2 ways to create wealth. One of them is ethical and the other one is not ethical. Here is the not ethical way to create wealth. It's called rent seeking. So what is rent seeking? Rent seeking is when you don't provide any actual value and you just siphon money from people. So ironically, politicians who are telling you not to get rich are getting rich by rent seeking. They have loopholes in the law that they use to basically steal money from the public. Other people who are rent seekers, banks can often be rent seekers. They just kind of shuffle money around and they don't really provide any value. So those are the people who you should despise, the people who tanked the economy, those types. But then there is an ethical way to create wealth. And the ethical way to create wealth is to provide something valuable that people want in exchange for their money. This is how economics works. 101, supply and demand, trade. You don't want to build an iPhone from scratch because it would be really hard. So you just buy one. And the inventor of the iPhone, who, by the way, really just loved creating great products and didn't care much about getting rich, figured out how to create an amazing product and sell it to a lot of people. You need to learn how to scale yourself if you want to make any kind of serious money. Scale is when you create something that can reach a lot of people. This is why it's very hard to make a great living when you are working for a wage. When you are working for a wage, you can only make as much money as your rate multiplied by however many hours you can work. Even if you could work 100 hours a week and not sleep, you would still have a cap on how much money you could make. Even people like surgeons and lawyers and doctors, they have to work 70, 80 hours a week and they don't even have really freedom to enjoy that money. So that's not wealth either. Wealth happens when you create something that reaches a lot of people. Each of them gives you a little bit of money, fair exchange for value. And then when you put that together, that increases your net worth. I have something like my book here, U 2.0. It costs like $15. So I get a lot of people interested in the messages in this book because it can help them. They give me money because it's valuable to them. And I do this widely so that I don't have to physically be doing some labor in order to earn money. So the idea of passive income where you just kind of sit on the beach and do nothing, like that's dumb and doesn't exist. But when you do work up front that you can get paid for over and over and over again, that's how you make money. That's how you create scalable income. And as an employee, just by definition, you're going to get less than what your services are worth. The business owner is making a profit. So they hire employees to create scale. You hire 10 people so that you don't have to do the jobs of 10 people yourself. And then each of those people works for a wage you agree on, and then you take the net of that, whatever the service is provided, and makes money. It's very simple. But whenever you are an employee, you're by definition not creating all of the value. or not getting all the value from what you create. So for example, if you have a service, like if you're a web designer and you work for a web design company, you would actually make more money if you just sold your services directly. But what does that entail? Risk. Risk is what rewards you more money. As an employee, you mitigate risk, which is why you make less of an income. The entrepreneur, the person who owns the company, takes on the risk, which is why they make more income. If you're a creative person, if you write, paint, or sell some sort of product, art, whatever, e-commerce, you're taking on the risk of people buying zero of what you make. So that's why you create more money. So risk and scale equals wealth. You have to be able to put yourself out there and create something that goes to a broad level in order to create wealth. And you have to realize that it is ethical. So I put that status up, A, because I believe it, and B, I wanted to shake people up a little bit. The 1%, that's like $400,000 a year. In the grand scheme of things, that's not a whole lot of money. People are in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt for homes, tens and thousands, $100,000 of debt for student loans, tens and thousand dollars of debt in credit card, tens and thousands of dollars for car notes. They're not saving enough money for retirement. You're going to need a lot more money than $1 million to last you for the rest of your life when you're old. Making more money to take care of yourself, for your health and your family is ethical. It's your duty. You should want to make more. And you're being hoodwinked by people who tell you that creating wealth is somehow bad. Now, there are some companies who have shady practices, but on the whole, somebody like Bill Gates, he created something valuable that changed the world. He created personal computing. And it was so valuable that basically everybody wanted it. So he deserves every single penny of what he earns. And you have to look at money as a unit. It's just a unit. It's just a currency. Money doesn't have any inherent good or bad. It's the way that you think about it. And if you think about it the wrong way, then you won't have any. You will repel money. You have to learn to be able to receive money, to be able to know that what you provide is worthy. And then when you think that something you have is valuable and worthy, then you will sell it to people. You will market. You shouldn't have shame about promoting something that you believe in. You shouldn't have shame for making a product and taking on the risk of selling zero. You're taking on the risk of selling zero. So it's your ethical duty to promote something valuable as much as possible. And often there's always going to be people who cheat systems. Always. That's just a given. But you need to know the difference between rent-seeking and ethical wealth creation. And even if there are some bad players in the world, for the most part, it's hard to get rich unless you provide value. You wouldn't just be able to sell crap phones to people, but if you sell the iPhone, people want to buy it and then tweet about how they hate capitalism on it. No, but really, think about why you feel guilt associated with money, why you feel shame associated with it, and dive into the root of that. You got to learn how to receive money, and you have to figure out how to do something that's scalable. And yes, that does entail risk, but you can do it on the side. I did my writing on the side. I do things and spread my reach wide to a lot of people, and they give me a little bit of money because for whatever reason, they think this crazy guy on the internet has something a little bit valuable to say in his writing and in his work. So if I put in the work to do that, I'm not going to feel any shame about it, and neither should you. Make more money so you can take care of yourself, so you can have freedom. Not because you want to buy a bunch of stuff, but because you want to have time. Because you want to have freedom and experiences, and you want to create something valuable for the world, and you care about it, and you want to take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your estate, take care of your family, reinvest into your education, reinvest into the community, reinvest into making the world a better place. Nothing wrong with making money. All right. You 2.0 is the book. Give me a little bit of money. Many people in my greedy ass will be able to continue writing for a living. Please, really, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any comments, if you disagree, if you want to add your 2 cents, feel free. I am open to a dialogue. Until next time.